I am having the best time. This is Jeffrey Davis, and our next guest, another entrepreneur who I've met out in our blue room today, has just a great story, and I can't wait for her to share it with everyone. Brenda Scannell, SPF Protective Clothing, and I'm here with Darby Hobbs. Please tell us about your product and the whole history behind it.
I have had 30 squamous cell cancer operations below my knees, and in the process of that, my Mohs surgeon prescribed Coolabar sun protective clothing. She said, you'll have to wear it. My lifestyle here, 10 years racing a sailboat, growing up here, being on a wooden boat for the first 10 years of my life, is a life of extreme games, just no question. When you live here at Cape Cod, you have to be protected. So she suggested wearing clothing that would really be almost like a wetsuit that you would dive in the water, but with UPF 50 protection. And then she said to me, all right, you're wearing that. I had for about maybe a year. And she said, now you need to bring this into your yacht club. So we brought it in as volunteers, and at this point there are probably over 1,500 sun protective garments at Quissit Yacht Club of a membership of 350. And then she said, all right, you've done that, you have to leave there, and you have to go to everyone who will listen to you at yacht clubs, at schools, beach clubs, tennis clubs. Before I knew it, having been retired on Cape Cod, I now am working with Coolabar Sun Protective Clothing and have a mission for the rest of my life.
Is it an issue of educating people as well as providing a solution for people to, the clothing?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that people are tired of the sun screens, and it needs to be a sun block anyway.
Right.
I'll use this moment just to say that if you are using a sun block, which certainly on your hands, your face, if you're wearing sun protective clothing, it needs to have titanium dioxide or zinc oxide in it. It must have one or the other. And she has taught me, has given me many informational sheets, and I'm at clinics at the Hyannis Yacht Club, the Barnstable High School, had a clinic in March, and for 2 years I've been at this clinic and have lectured, have taught them, tried to say, this is what happened to me,
right,
and I've lived your life, we don't want this to happen for you. And they've really just been so respectful, and the time is here. It really is.
How do people respond? So when you start the process, I mean, what types of questions, or do they believe at first and then they kind of move in the direction of realizing what you've been through and change their ways, or how do they react to something?
When I walk in with garments from Quissit Yacht Club with the logo right on those garments, and I say, now this is what we've done, and I give them the numbers of how many pieces are there, that is just an automatic thing, and you tell them your story, well, this is what happened to me.
Right.
And, I'm here. It's primarily the Cape that I'm focusing on at this point, but any yacht club, I'll go anywhere on the coast. My son is in Newburyport, so those yacht clubs,
yeah.
I've approached them, and I think that they're starting to, maybe get a sense of it and brainstorming themselves to see, all right, how can we do this? And it's different in each club. I really have gone in with inventory. I'll go in with inventory and then just be there maybe at an event, or that is endless. I mean, just
right.
endless.
Right.
There's so many possibilities in that way that it's almost like a trunk show in a way.
Right, right. The clothing itself, how did you source that, or how did you develop and design, and just the fibers itself to be protected?
Basically, this Mohs surgeon prescribed this for me. She said, this is where you need to go, and this was about 4 years ago. So that was her company of choice, Coolabar, at that point. Now, there are other companies that are doing this. This is very tested, and it is a UPF of 50. So it lasts the life of the garment. You know, there's no question that I have the same protection in things that are 4 years old. So I'm living it, you know, I'm
Right,
just absolutely living it. And then, of course, I believe, you know, I can believe.
Somebody has to find you and to get your help. We'll also ask one more time, how do they find you?
My email is bscannell@mac.com. Shall I say my phone number?
Sure.
It's 508-548-1385.